Now, the one thing constant in Pakistan cricket is the host of uncertainties knocking down their doors. From players being uncertain about their contracts, to management being unsure about when theirs would be torn apart, to those helming affairs not really knowing when would their last day be. Pakistan cricket has been about moving from one controversy to the next, dealing with one right after another, managing one crisis to the next one. With the T20 World Cup barely months away, Pakistan board's focus seems to be on firefighting their own decisions backfiring. Not too long ago, players were making U-turns over their retirement decisions. Mohammad Amir and Imad Wasim have come out of retirement. Now there's a U-turn on captaincy. In the latest turn of events, Babar Azam has been reappointed by the PCB as the white ball skipper. He replaced Shaheen Afridi, who had been made captain after Pakistan's horror run at the World Cup last year in India. The official decision came in this Sunday. In Shaheen Afridi's very short 4-month tenure, Pakistan only played a 5-match T20 international series against New Zealand and were hammered 4-1. This wasn't the only thing that went against Shaheen, though. In the recently concluded Pakistan Super League, Shaheen-led Lahore Qalandars finished bottom of the points table. He led his team to just one win out of the 10 games that they played. The pacer faced a lot of criticism, particularly for lack of intent and poor decision-making, which also involved oddly promoting himself up the batting order and his poor execution when it came to his bowling. Babar Azam too faced a lot of criticism during the time he was captain. So why was he reappointed, and that too only 4 months after he was pushed out? Something Shaheen's father-in-law and former Pakistani cricketer Shaheen Afridi has also questioned.
I am surprised by the decision by very experienced cricketers in the selection committee. I still believe that if change was necessary, then Rizwan was the best choice. But since now the decision has been made, I offer my full support and best wishes to Team Pakistan and Babar Azam.
Now, while certain section of the fans are elated by PCB's decision, another section thought it was rather harsh. Former cricketer Kamran Akmal, who was critical of Babar Azam's captaincy during the ODI World Cup, went ahead and made a sarcastic comment about Babar's reappointment. He said everyone knew Babar will be made the captain, but here's what we didn't know. The PCB went ahead and in a statement claimed that Shaheen has backed Babar's reappointment and says that he will stand by his former captain. But according to reports now, Shaheen has denied making any such comment and is furious that he is being credited for things he never said, and that too by the board itself. There's more. Reports say Shaheen Afridi has not been given proper clarification or any clarity on why he was replaced, and is said to be frustrated by the lack of communication by the board in this matter. The manner in which the captaincy announcement has been practically ripped off from one superstar of Pakistan cricketer and handed back to another shows there is trouble brewing in the Pakistan cricket corridors, not just between the two players, but also the board, who seems to be unable to handle this. For months now, there have been reports of a rift between Shaheen Afridi and Babar Azam, and the latest episode here only reiterates the same. But are we too surprised? Not so much. Pakistan is a country where even prime ministers don't finish their terms. Cricket administration is far more combustible. But Pakistan have their own unique way of dealing with things. If the team went through a worst run of form, they decide to let go of their coaches. And if the results aren't coming in, they sack their captain. Another chapter that is unfolding is tied to their preparations for the World Cup. First of all, there is no coach yet. We hear a couple of them in line. Australian Jason Gillespie and India's former coach, South Africa's Gary Kirsten, are in talks, and that there will be 2 coaches for red ball and white ball cricket. And then, of course, the latest regarding players preparing for the World Cup. Recently, a lot of talk has been about Pakistan cricketers' lack of fitness. Not too long ago, Mohammad Hafiz, their former director of cricket, too condemned the lack of attention being given to fitness. After being sacked, he said that former coach Mickey Arthur and Babar Azam never prioritized fitness of the players. So the PCB has now come up with a grand plan. The team is on a 2-week training program with the Pakistan military. Most players, including Mohammad Amir, are attending the camp in Kabul. Babar Azam and a few others who were traveling joined the camp a little late. And now I understand having a military regime or having a militant routine to follow and be disciplined about. The PCB, though, seems to have taken this phrase rather literally. But it is in keeping with the way the board has dealt with affairs surrounding the men's cricket team. Always in extremes. There is no middle ground. Player went ahead to play T20 leagues They take away his contract, then reinstate it. Team doesn't make it to the World Cup semi-final, they fire the coaching staff and then scramble to make U-turns. The next challenge that will show how far Pakistan has got over the last few months comes in the form of a T20 series against New Zealand, and that's at home. That's the litmus test before the big one, the World Cup.